8 steps to achieve all your financial goals by investing in mutual funds. Hi, hello, this is Ganesh Santuru, your stock market profit coach and author of the book One Page Stock Market Plan. I help in multiplying your money by investing in stock market. So today's video is all about 8 steps. What is that? And how you can achieve all your financial goals by investing in mutual funds, right? So the first step is list down all your goals, because this is where most of the people fail. And because I always say my friend's example, because I used to tell him that have your list of, do you have list of goals? He always says that here, and we know we have the financial goals, like buying a bike, buying a home, or buying a any new products, or traveling all around the world, retirement planning, everything is there. You know everything, because these are just 5 to 8 or 10 maximum, right? But do you have written financial goals? How many lists do you have? Because once you start writing it down, you may have something at the back of your mind, like starting your business, or philanthropy, giving out money to on every year. Some people will have the tendency to donate money every year on their birthdays. All these are small financial goals, because once you start planning in the beginning itself, you will be able to donate the money at the end of the year, but or during the birthdays. But if you forget it, and if there is an emergency situation, we'll always skip, saying that whenever I make more money, I'll give it to you, or we will donate in a smaller manner, like going to the temple and putting some smaller amount, right? How about writing down your financial goals and listing it down, like how many is it, 10, is it 15? And when I wrote down, I got 21 different financial goals, so I was able to find out. So how is your financial goals? Let me know how much you have, and you can start working upon it, right? Because the next thing is plan your surplus money, because that is the next step. You wrote your financial goals and you are earning something, right? Once you start earning, that is when you have you have financial goals. Or till that time, it's all about having a goals achieving. Maybe I need to complete the college, I need to get a job, I need to visit this place. All these are some goals in your, as a kid, as a college student. But once you start earning, that is when you have a financial goal. We had that, and now you started earning something, or you're already earning something. What is your surplus money? Say your income is there, your expenses are there. What is the surplus money every month you're doing? If you're not doing having surplus money every month, it means that you're not following this golden thumb rule: income minus savings, right? First you need to do the savings and then the expense. But if you are been following income minus expenses, and then savings will not be there. Every month it will be like there will not be surplus. There will always be deficit, just like how Indian budget is all about. Indian government budget. All along there will be a budget deficit of 3% or 4%. So let's have a surplus. How to do that? Income minus savings, right? Savings may be around 10% to begin with, or 20%, and slowly increase. You will always feel like I should save more, I should save more, right? That is the first step. So how much is the surplus money you have? You should do that. And also, now you have a list of financial goals, as we did in the first step, right? Now we are on the third step. We need to prioritize. Say you have a list of 10 financial goals. Prioritize which is the first one, and which is the second, and which is the least. Say you want to buy a iPad right now, and which is needed for your any important work. I understand, but the point is it highly prioritized? It should be highly prioritized compared to your current paying fees for the next financial year, paying fees for your kid, or is it more prioritized than your retirement planning? Because this is something like surplus. Is it going to make more money? Then you go and buy iPad on loan also. But is it, if it is not, then you can always postpone, maybe after 6 months, or after you start making money in stock market, something. You can have a defined financial goal. So how you are going to prioritize, it's up to you, right? Unless you need help, you can always do that, prioritize, because there is a differentiating factor between need and want. If it is really needed iPad, you can go for it. If it is just a want, like if I have, I'll feel more comfortable, that is almost like a financial status for me, then you can always postpone that activity, right? And the fourth one is plan for each goals, like how much money you need to allocate for each of the financial goals. Say your surplus money for all the 10 financial goals, and you prioritized, and if you feel like more money needs to be given for retirement and other things, and it comes down to 7, only for 7 financial goals you have money, invest each financial goals fully. Say for your kids education is the top of the priority, and invest. Say it needs investment of 10,000 per month or 5,000 per month, invest fully for that. Don't split and put 3,000 for kids education, 2,000 for my retirement, 1,000 for something, because that is a high priority. So post your invest your money more on the first financial goals, plan for that initially, right? And the next one is right mutual fund. Which is the right mutual fund? Say you are investing for long term, go for small cap mutual fund, or something specific, like which will help you to increase your returns, and that is what is needed in the long term. Say 20 years down the line, how much returns you are expecting? Is it 15%? Invest accordingly. If it is close to 18-20%, then you can go for sectoral mutual funds, which can do good in the next 10-20 years. You should know the risk associated with those kind of funds, and then you can always invest in it, right? This is the and the sixth point is stick to the tenor. That is more important because many people will always buy a mutual fund, start a mutual funds, and then what do they do is they will try to withdraw the money, achieve, and they will feel that amount is not good. I'm not getting the sufficient returns, whatever I'm expecting. Let me withdraw and put it in an RD or fixed deposit or wherever, something, some other financial instruments. So if you're fixed and if the fund is doing good, just because of market condition, if it is not performing, better stick to the fund. Stick to the fund and don't ever try to cancel it or switch it, or don't do that. Let it grow. It will automatically grow, and that is what mutual fund beauty is all about. And the seventh one is emergency fund, because this is even more important, because once you start earning and once you start saving and once you start investing, that is, you will feel everything is good. But once you get married and once a kid is born and once the second kid is born, or once even your dependents or your parents are staying along with you, any emergency might occur in your life. So the best thing to do is plan your emergency fund. Say your next 10 months income expenses on grocery expenses, family expenses needs to be maintained as emergency fund. And in case of any need, you will always go to the this corpus, this emergency corpus, right? So this is even more critical. 10 to 12 months you can keep it. If you whomsoever you are, you're salaried or business person, you should have this much emergency fund. And finally, don't withdraw or redeem. This most of the people will do. And you say you pay for 4 years, and that goal is for that mutual fund, and that goal is for 10 years, and that is for your kids education. At the end of fourth year, you are in urgent need of money for your invest, for your business or for anything, and you will always be curious about taking that money and closing it down. But the point is, this is specifically for your kids education, and that is working. Why do you want to break that? And if it is really needed for your business, start get a loan. And if it is really needed for closing down your home loan, you can wait for 6 more months. There is no urgency in taking that amount, because that amount may be around 5 lakhs. And if you are withdrawing right now and say, and you're giving a logic that let me invest another 5 lakhs once my parents are giving, once my friends are giving, maybe that is the reason you are doing. But the point is, it's already growing. If you're breaking it up, even if the amount is coming down, there will be some other issue which will come and say that someone is in need of money. You will always give it away. The point is, you started investing for your kids' education for 10 years. Let it continue. You started this for your retirement. Let it continue. Don't break it away, right? So this is how you should start doing it. So don't withdraw the amount. So all these eight financial steps will help you to achieve all your financial goals. If you need any help, please reach out to me. My details are given in the description. Please go do check it out. And if you want to invest in mutual funds wisely, please do all the learnings, follow the steps whatever mentioned in this video, and then you will always achieve it. And that is in the description. I mentioned all the 8 points. Please go through it once, and always go and share this video with your friends who wants to know that whether the mutual fund is risky, how to do that. This is a step-by-step guide to invest, right? Thank you so much for watching. Please share your comments, and thank you so much.